every form of TTRPG is game master and dungeon master dependent. This is very important. So I like talking about gritty realism in longer terms, meaning that a long rest is a week. If I'm throwing encounters at my party every single day, it is obviously going to favor short rest mechanics, short rest players, or the old way of doing things where a long rest is 8 hours. And so what happens is the type of adventuring you go on. Imagine you're just an adventuring party and you're choosing to go on an adventure. But if it takes a week for you to recover, you're going to be more particular on the adventures you go on because you're going to go out, you're going to adventure, and then you're going to come back. And so this also goes for healing and for getting even short rest classes have long rest mechanics. So you have to keep that in mind. And so, for example, let's just take Warlock. You have two level one or two spells, right? But they're refreshed on a short rest. Well, a sorcerer has how many spell slots available at sixth level? Do the math here. And so what ends up happening is that yes, that warlock maxes out much faster, but then they get those back on a short rest. The sorcerer does not, but they have more slots. Over the course of whatever adventure they're going on, they may end up having the same amount of slots, or the sorcerer may be favored because we're going on one adventure, we're going to go out there, we're going to raid this tomb, we're going to get what's inside of it, it's going to take us a day or two, and then we're going to be back and we're going to take a long rest. What happens is the pacing changes. You have a lot more downtime. That's the players deciding what they're going to do on their next adventure. This does not work well for the demon lord is invading and every single day we're fighting back hordes and waves of monsters. No, everyone becomes exhausted in that. That's not the type of game this is designed for. So when you're using gritty realism where long rests do take a week, it changes how you have to dungeon master that. If your dungeon master slaps together everything the same way they always have with encounters every day, oh yeah, of course it's going to favor the short rest classes, absolutely. But that's not the type of game we're playing. We're playing a slower paced game where downtime matters. And when the demons do invade, what is the mission your group is going to take that is going to make the difference? Because you get one shot at it. And then you're going to have to recoup. And sometimes what happens when the whole city gets invaded? You have to leave. And then the demons get set up because you're recouping for a week. You're getting better. It's a different style of play. It is not the same feel of game. The mechanics are still the same and how you balance it as a dungeon master, but you cannot do it the same way as just throwing encounters at your party every single day. That doesn't work. So, food for thought, but understanding that yes, mechanics make a difference.